Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy TUSKO to the day. Mr. Flow So Good. Matiba Totle, Mrs. Keep Up My What. Y'all already know about Fair. Back with you guys with yet another YouTube video. If you are new to this channel, please do make sure to click that red button. Do subscribe. Also making sure to click the bell next to that red button because that's what makes sure that YouTube does notify you every single time we upload a video. Now, if I were to paint a picture of the game as far as a power hierarchy, right, I would put it like this. I'd put probably the fans at the bottom because the fans, are not necessarily a part of the industry. They're consumers of music and consumers of entertainment in general. And at the next level, I would put the artist. And at the next level of that, I'd probably put the record labels. And then on top of that, I would probably put the brands. Okay. And there's often a lot of controversy when it comes down to brand and artists, brand and record labels, brand and, influencers or whoever they're actually dealing with in the entertainment industry. And there's no other case that proves this, like the situation that's currently going on between Kwesta and BMW. For those of you guys that don't know, Kwesta has actually come out and complained about BMW's new advert where they basically sampled a beat that is very, very similar to Kwesta's Spirit beat. And this is what he actually came out and said. Do the right thing. It took so much effort from so many people to get the rights to sample that song. We did the right thing because we understood the value of the art. This ad cheapens all of those efforts. Do the right thing for the Grotmans at BMW_SA. He continued in another tweet and said, had to school myself and get expert opinion and backing first. Sit downstairs buffet to se vaya ngama Grotman apaya. So I would actually play the video from the BMW advert, but that obviously hit me with a copyright strike, and then I probably wouldn't make any money from this video. So what I will do for you guys is I'll put the link in the description, and you guys can actually go and check it out and actually decide for yourselves whether that video or the song that is actually being played on that video is very similar to Kwesta's Spirit track. So personally for me, after actually listening to the song, and actually listening to Spirit, I understand where the correlation actually comes from. I mean, the songs are almost, or at least the beats are almost exactly the same. The vibe that BMW seems to be trying to capture there is a very similar vibe to a vibe that you would probably find in a Kwesta music video. So it's very hard for them to actually come out and say that any of Kwesta's current music did not inspire that video or inspire what they actually wanted to capture in that video. So apparently this advert is about, a new BMW 330i that they want to release, right, in 2020, or they're about to release in 2020. And that's what they're trying to advertise. The fact that, that's a classy car, that's, a car that resonates with everyone. It's a car that's been, famous for years. Until today, if people still take care of that car, they still use it properly. So the question then becomes, when you look at that particular situation, the question then becomes, if they were really inspired, at least by Kwesta, or the sound that Kwesta is actually currently using to get to that video, and this might also be intentional. This also might be unintentional. I'll let you guys decide on that, whether it's intentional or unintentional. But often, in marketing teams, as I would imagine, they were probably sitting there and they were like, listen, we want to capture a Kwesta kind of vibe, or we want to capture a Kasi kind of vibe. And maybe there were guys that were sitting there and thinking about this, and, something similar to what Kwesta would do actually came to mind, and they actually dropped it. It could be just an oversight. And, I'm not the type of person that's quick to attach malice to people. So it could just be an oversight where they actually thought there's the kind of vibe that we have to capture, and they ended up capturing the Kwesta type of sound. But the fact that it has come out, the fact that, listen, this beat is very similar to Kwesta's beat, and even the vibe that you guys have on the song is similar to what Kwesta has, I do think that BMW does then need to do the right thing and come out and actually get the guy, because that beat, truly and honestly speaking, also sounds like a sample. For those of you guys that don't know, Spirit is actually sampled from a song known as This Tears by Spirit Chasers, and that beat sounds like it was also sampled from the very same song. So it is possible that BMW did clear the song. Maybe they did go and clear it with those guys, with the Spirit Chaser guys, but they didn't necessarily go to Kwesta. Maybe they didn't feel the need to do so. But it would be a bit unfair for them to continue in that direction, because obviously, although, you know, even Kwesta's song was inspired by another song, the slowed down version of the song was actually inspired by Kwesta. The slowed down sound, being a Kasi sound and a Kasi vibe, is obviously something that has been inspired by Kwesta. And even when looking at that ad, every single person actually gets the vibe that this is a Kwesta type of thing. So it's literally like you have this thing, but you're missing the actual person, or you're missing the actual I don't know, the actual essence of what the thing is. So when I look at this whole situation, I actually think that this could be another case of brands just, you know, screwing artists over. Perhaps they just looked at it and they said, listen, Kwesta is going to be too expensive. Let's just jump and find a way around it. Which is why when Kwesta says he got legal advice, I think it's actually a good idea, because I'm pretty sure their legal team looked at it. That's why I'm saying I also suspect that he might struggle, because they could just say, well, we paid the Spirit Chaser guys for the sample, and so we actually cleared the song. And so it would be hard for him to argue, well, you guys actually stole the sound that I made famous, and so on and so forth. So I look at that and I say, it's good for him to get legal advice. And if BMW does fight this, I think that will be them showing us that, okay, this was a bit of a nefarious move. And I don't understand why BMW would want to do that. I mean, they're a multinational company, they're $1 billion company. Like, I feel like, and they're releasing obviously a classic edition of these cars. They're probably going to be very expensive. They're probably going to make a lot of money out of it. I look at it and I say it's not necessary for a multinational company like them to be in such controversies. And whatever Kwesta would probably ask for is money that probably, if they ask the parent company, they'd probably get. So I think we just have to wait and see. It could be an oversight, but don't get it twisted. Brands do sometimes mess artists over, mess influencers over. And by messing them over, I don't mean they don't have an agreement, but, you know, you tend to find that a lot of influencers in this country, if you guys were to actually, you know the behind the scenes of what's going on, might not necessarily have been paid the right amounts to do some of the stuff that they're doing. Sometimes you find that they are doing the stuff for free. You know, you see artists, you see brand influencers, you see presenters and all these other people in certain cars, you see them in certain apparel and so on and so forth. Sometimes, and unashamedly, you find that these are big multinational corporations just telling them, nah, do this, and, you know, we'll pay you the small amount, but for the most part, you know, it'll boost your brand. Other brands will then want to work with you, and so on and so forth. So I wouldn't put it past the brand to nefariously try and do something like this in order to make sure that they don't have to actually pay the art. But for now, I think I adopt a wait and see type of attitude. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this Kwesta and BMW situation. Do you guys think that BMW did this on purpose? Like, they actually sat there and said, listen, let's try and get this song without actually getting Kwesta, or let's try and get this vibe and this, you know, this mood on this song, and also that beat, without actually getting Kwesta, because it might be too costly? Or do you guys think perhaps it might have been an oversight? What do you guys think of the relationship between artists, influencers, and entertainers in general, and brands? Yo guys, leave me a comment in the comment section, and definitely subscribe.